The question most people ask is, who is the greatest African football player of all time? As football lovers and as football fans, we love to argue, make comparison, make statistics about football players. Today, I present to you the greatest African football player of all time. You can mention a lot of names of footballers who are from Africa, who have made names and achievements for themselves and their country. Most African football players were able to win major trophies for their clubs and then their national teams. So we have made a research throughout, and then we have found the greatest African football players of all time. If you want us to make the top 10 list, kindly drop your comments in the comment section. We will gladly do that for you guys. A lot of people know Samuel Eto'o to be one of the greatest and the finest and talented African football players of all time. Samuel Eto'o in his prime was something else. He was a beast in his prime. He played for a lot of teams. Inter Milan, won the Champions League with them. Barcelona, won major trophies with Barcelona. And he wasn't he wasn't just a random player. He was scoring goals, scoring final goals, showing off when the team needs him the most. Eto'o remains on top of African best player of all time, who had a great, glorious career, winning very prestigious football titles. Eto'o was twice the African Cup champion with his national team, Cameroon, in 2000 and 2002. He was able to add another UEFA Champions League title to his history making of football. Eto'o in his prime, no one can talk a bad thing about Samuel Eto'o. He was skillful, goal machine. He can dribble past a lot of defenders. In his time, he was able to play with some of the greatest footballers of all time. You can make mention of Lionel Messi. When he was playing, Lionel Messi was an upcoming footballer trying to learn from the best. And then he was able to play with Ronaldinho, the Brazil legend. This is Samuel Eto'o, and he is the greatest African player of all time. Let us see your comments in the comment section. Do you really agree with this? We've made a lot of research into this thing. Drop your comments if you also have the greatest African football player that you really want us to know. If you really want us to also present to you the top 5 or the top 10 greatest African football players of all time, let us see it in the comment section.